This is our picture so far. I filled in a little bit more since you saw it last time here, but it's only a repeat of what I did earlier on. But the next section we're going to do is this section of the pier head. Now the whole of this area is going to have a light grey base on it. Okay, there's all of this, and all of this. Now with the light grey in place, I'm going to start filling this area in. Start with, this is the medium grey, which is the colour of the roof, like that. Notice the sequence that I'm using these colours. The blue that I'm used there, it sets the tone, the grey sets the base, and this is the darkening agent that goes on top. So you end up, when this is Payne's grey, so you end up really with a kind of a very dark roof, but with a little bit of tone in it. And of course you can add more colour if you need to. We go in with our blender and we blend it in. You can't possibly appreciate the colour on the screen so much because it's dark against the light there. Wow, look at this. Bring the bright grey back in. It's got to come down a little bit more accurately than that, Cole. Like that, until you get it exactly where you want it. And then we can use the dark grey to add just a little bit of tone, lighter tone into it. This was the first colour I put on, remember, so it's all going to marry together really nicely. Okay, now this area here, what I'm going to do here is put grey on again, as I said I would. But this is actually brown here, and not blue. So I'm not going to do the whole thing because it would take too long. And I'm just going to show you how it actually works. Put the base in, and then instead of blue, we're going to put brown. See that? Don't worry about these little bits that go on the edge. You see me do how I do it. That's brown. Now, instead of the grey, I'm going to use sepia, which is the dark brownish, greyish colour, and that will go on top. And then we use our blender to blend it with. And you do exactly what you did before, you saw me do before. Just keep going until you get the right colour. And in a couple of seconds I'll show you how that ends up. I'll be going over the top of these outlines in white, but just to give you an idea of how that works. That's right, that's good. Now we've got to work on them. We've got to make them a little bit more presentable, so we'll just isolate that post just down there a little bit. See the difference that makes? Just a little bit. It's really just a little touch here and a little touch there, just to make it look a little bit more attractive. And the other thing we can do here is we can change the colour. Using a bit of artistic license, we can change the colour of the post. And also by using our black, we can just come in between and giving us a, that's it now, just to make sure that that continues along there like that. Okay, that's it. Good. Good. Now we can put little bits of colour on, like a little bit of, maybe a little bit of orange on there, just here and there. Can't do it over there because it won't show up. Maybe a little red. See whether that comes. Yes, I think you can just see it on the screen. It just makes it that's a little bit more attractive. I've already started it off, and I'm going to start with the inevitable grey, and that goes in over the whole thing. Now to that, we're going to add quite a variety of different colours. Thinking of this all being as one for the moment. A little bit of ochre. A bit of yellow ochre, a little bit of the darker ochre, and a little bit of brown. That will produce quite a rich colour when we put it together. Okay, a little bit more dark green there. That's it. Okay, now what we do is blend it with our blender And don't worry, the fact that I've got some dark colour on there, and I blend all of that in. Now that's the general colour, but now we need to darken it, so I'm going to put a little bit of sepia in. You don't want this to be solid all over, and just in places, like that. A little bit more brown. And I'm going to add a little bit of blue here too. And if you also then add a little bit of ochre, you end up with a slightly different colour green in there. You see how that's beginning to work? Now the most crucial part is to get this right.